William Blake, had a patron who wasn't a very wealthy man called Thomas Butts, and he and Mrs. Butts and Bates and Mrs. Bates were quite friendly. And Butts was a customs officer, and he used to, whenever he could, he used to buy Blake's work, and one of the very few patrons that he had. And Blake, I remember it, but I'll read it out to you because there's other bits of it. To my friend Butts I write my first vision of light on the yellow sands sitting. The sun was emitting his glorious beams from heaven's high streams over land and over sea and land. My eyes did expand into regions of air away from all care, into regions of fire remote from desire, and so it goes on and on. At the end of it says this. At the end, this is 2 pages, as you can see. At the end he says, "Such the vision to me appeared on the sea." I think if Blake had done nothing but this, is just beautiful, The jewels of light, heavenly men beaming bright. It was just incredible. To me, this is the best Blake of all. But now, was this really his first vision of light? I mean, he had so many visions before that. I don't know what he means by vision of light. He talks about the sands and the sun, but I'm sure he had that before, but maybe first is poetic, but whatever. So I started thinking, what was my first vision of light? My first vision of light. And I think I know exactly what it was. It's when I was about, 14 maybe 15. At the time I was using this very unusual camera. It was one of those bellows cameras. You open it up it was like a big Kodak, but it took size 122 film, which has long been discontinued. It's postcard size, the actual picture. And my mother was going to a ball, and here she was in this black nightgown. Well, not nightgown. What do you call it? Evening gown. And it's before the night. And she's at this mirror, and she's making herself up. And I took this picture of her, and behind her is this light we had in the room reflected in the mirror. And so she has what looks a little like a halo behind her. That's what I would think would have been my first vision of light. And I still see it. I thought I'd lost the picture many years ago, but Susan found it. So that's my first, I believe that's my first vision of light.